Hi everyone, this is Leah, and I was asked to do a tutorial on the steampunk hat that I created for a swap over on mass. All the ladies loved the way this hat turned out, so they wanted to have a tutorial on it. So I'm gonna try to show you how I made this. The original cut file was from the Silhouette store. It was the leprechaun hat. The only difference is I made a top that opens, and the original file was made so that you actually, make the hat and the top was closed. It was sealed with the paper, but I made the top 3D. So I'm going to show you what I did. And first what I did was I cut those little tabs off the top because I wanted to have the top to open. So let's go. Okay, the first thing I do is to give it stability, I glue 2 pieces of paper together. Do that, line this up. I mean, it's so easy to put together. And these are the tabs that are going to go in the inside. And on this, it has a little tab. And you're basically just going to take this and glue it together like that to form the hat. So let's do that. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's like a little niche that you line it up with. So I'll just, line that up. See how quickly this is coming together? Okay. And then you're gonna sit these, and what I do is I put a little glue on just a few of the tabs to get it going. To me, this was the hardest part, trying to get those little tabs in here. See, so now that those are glued on, you just add glue to the rest of them. You know, it's kind of probably hard to see because it's black down in there. And just go around and secure those in there. Okay. So we have all those glued in there. So that's basically the hat. And I didn't do it on this for time's sake, but if you wanted to emboss it, you would emboss the rim first before you glued it down. And what I did is emboss the first piece first and then put the bottom piece on so that the bottom is not embossed. So that's that. And for the top, basically you take one of your circles. You're gonna have, I cut out 2 circles because I wanted to cover the tabs on the inside. So basically I always like kind of train this paper to go in a circle. So you're just gonna put glue on your tabs. I left a few because you're probably gonna have to cut it down a little bit, but just basically line it up on the edge. Make sure it's on the edge. Oops, sorry, but make sure it's on the edge. Gets kind of tricky. And see, this is how you're making it a 3D top. Well, the top 3D because the hat was already 3D. So I just and the strip was 1.5 inches. It was cut at 1.5 and then scored at 1/2 inch, and cut your little tabs so that you can form the shape that you need. Just gluing the tabs down. Now I take this piece to cover all of that. So it gives it a nice clean finish on the inside. And it should slip right on. So that's the top hat. And to give me the embossed look, I used this faux tape. You can buy, it's tape for duct work. I bought it out of the section where you have like air conditioned stuff that you may need for wrapping dryer, cold, you know, the thing that comes out of the dryer. You use this tape because I guess it's heat resistant or whatever. But that's where that tape came from, and I basically just make sure. You can tear it, it tears easily, but I like to cut it to give me a clean line. But I just start taping it on. And you can decorate this however you want, but I'm just showing you what I did, the process that I went through to create my top hats. But you see how easy it was to do. And this tape emboss is so pretty when you're running through your embosser, whatever machine you use. I mean, this tape is it's thin, and it's just so pretty, and it takes color so well. And for the colors, I used the Inca Gold, and this one is does it say the color? Oh, Hammonite. This is copper. I used a little silver, some gold, and the black. These are the colors that I used. And also, like, you know, the little pieces I'm cutting off, I'm not throwing them away, because I go back in and to give it a, you know, more character. I'll stick some pieces here and there, so it's like it's patchwork, and it gives it the neatest effect when you put those colors on there. That's my little one banging on the table over there. See how easy peasy that was? Oops. Trim that off. Just making sure all the black is covered. And if you wanted to, on one of the hats, I ended up putting like gears on the sides, and I mean, stinking cute, simple, fast, and easy. And like I said, I'll show you how some of these colors takes. Well, here I'll use the copper. I like the way the copper looks. And just rub your fingers over there. Get it in there. I also used a patina color Martha Stewart paint to give it that old look. But go in there with the copper, and then I go in with the gold. Barely drop, you know, dab some gold in there. And although the paper was silver, I still go in with some silver. A little bit of the Harmonite. This really like dulls it down so that it's not so bright. I don't have the patina over here with me, so I'm not gonna go and get that, but you see, if you put some patina in there, it just gives it, like I say, like a forged metal look, more so. Close up all this. And then, you know, if something is too bright or what have you, you can always like go back in with the black. Oops, I missed. I put these little things over to keep them moist so they don't dry out. Just like a wet paper towel. So there you have it. Top hat. Decorate it. Have fun with it. And that's it. Oh, and for the sides, I just like give them a little coaxing to turn the sides up. And the paper that I'm using is the black heavyweight cardstock from Hobby Lobby. Double layer. I mean, it's like a lightweight chipboard when you layer it twice, so it's very sturdy. And I hope you ladies enjoy it and have fun making it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye bye.